Oh, shit. Wrong button.
Let's go. What is fake pod? Back. How the back. How the hell are we? Trevor, Elliot, what's going on, brothers? How was your weekend?
Not great. Not a great weekend. Topped it off with the Packers. So, yeah, it was a brutal weekend. Last night was tough. Picks I went 0 for 2. I didn't really bet Saturday, but yeah, I could have went 0 for 100 as long as the Packers won, but no dice. So we move on. Football doesn't exist. It's stupid, and yeah, it's time to turn the season around.
All right, another positive moment from Trevor. Elliot, how we doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Started Saturday in a deep hole. Worked myself, kind of climbed it back out, and did 40 and 39. So basically, broke damn near straight even. But it was a fun day of basketball. Was able to watch quite a bit of it. One of the first Saturdays that I've had in a while that I haven't been doing much of anything. So I was able to post up and watch a lot of the games. And then nephew ended up getting sick, so I had to go over there and help him because my brother had a Christmas party to attend to. So was there pretty late last night, so didn't get to catch a lot of the late night games. But
the money's in their Christmas parties, man. It's still Christmas over there in the Money household.
For his work, yep.
No, that's great. Good day. Yeah. I was the same way. I started out like 3-6 and then was like 7-15, but we ended 46 and 37. Made some profit. Good Saturday finally after losing 2 mega shows, one really bad and then one kind of like breaking even basically, like kind of you, Elliot. And then this time got some profit, 46 and 37, and then 9-2 on my picks today on the pick sheet. Fire ass day. Got all of my losses from earlier this week back. We were just 2 units shy of 50 on the year. So feeling good. Back up in the green on January. It was a roller coaster of a week, but you never out of it. Keep the positivity. Keep your confidence. Keep shooting with your guns. And you know what? If you lose 4 out of 5 days, you can get it all back in 3. So cheers, fellas. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, shit, you could really lose 6 or 7, and if you have a good day on Saturday, you can get it all back.
Yeah. I mean, let's get into some of this Saturday. I mean, we don't need to talk about all 149 games again, but I mean, definitely talk about some of them that stood out to me. I mean, Florida got it done early. Nebraska goes to 16-0 against IU. Incredible. Home teams were cooking earlier on in the day. West Virginia, Louisville didn't cover, but they got the dub. And then the home teams didn't start cooking until the end. Wisconsin comes in. The overhit was free for sure. Wisconsin comes in and beats Michigan with Trevor. At least that had to get you made you feel something maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was an insane win. Had me feeling good. I was like, okay, that game led into getting ready for the Packers game. So I was like, all right, we got some good juju going. Somehow pulled a 20-point dog out of their ass and won outright. I think it was like 15-1 on the money line. So shout out the Badgers. Hopefully this catapults them into better things. But I have a feeling next game won't go too well. They played lights out of their minds in that game and got it. So huge win, but gotta build on this. Just at least don't flop next game. Just show up and at least win. So good on the Badgers. We'll see what happens from here.
Yep. Houston gets it done against Baylor, so the home teams weren't really rocking there. I did really well, I feel like, on my mid-major bets on Saturday for sure. I mean, running through it all. Towson finally got their dub. South Dakota. It was really like a losing start and then a even afternoon, and then boom, that late afternoon and evening slate I just took off for the races and dominated and couldn't really miss a bet. Got to go to the casino with my boys. I mean, we were in the sports book for most of the day. Had the whole blackjack table was all of our friends. I mean, it was an ideal day watching ball, TVs right there at the table, NFL playoffs. It was a fantastic weekend. You really couldn't beat it. And then even though I was pretty drunk all day, drinking all day, waking up to some profit after a good NFL day, and we rolled it in over and went 9-2 today as well too. So no crazy upsets, I don't think, though, and other than Texas, Alabama, in the late window. Outside of that, I mean, Auburn, Arkansas, if you want to count that as, I mean, yeah, I guess it's an upset, but Auburn got it done in the jungle.
Fordham over the Bonnies.
That's an upset. We'll give you that. I was saying it in the late window, but yes, Fordham over the Bonnies. Shout them out. They're freaking solid, man.
The Citadel wins on the money line.
Weekend.
Too scared to bet them the plus 6.5, but they didn't even need the points. Yeah, Evansville goes into Indiana State. Hell of a win for the Aces.
That line stunk. 7.5. That was stinky. Shout out Evansville, though. Big win. And Indiana State's so up and down this year.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of what we expected. I mean, Rhode Island, Davidson counted that as an upset. I wish I ended up betting that, but whatever. 83 total bets for me out of a 149-game slate. That's 56% of the board on the bets. My friends were laughing at me, looking at my all the DraftKings, Caesars, all that. And then, I mean, outside of that, there was some pretty solid mid-major games. A lot of differences happened. Eastern Washington, I guess, got their win against Montana. Count that as an upset. Illinois Chicago rolls over and gets another win outright in Illinois State. Good for them.
Two
How about
solid.
Bradley got it done.
Northern Iowa back-to-back home games dropped.
That was
Bradley won.
Bradley.
Yeah, I know. Bradley won. It was at Northern Iowa, wasn't it?
No, it was
It was at Bradley.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah, it was at Bradley. They got it done. I took the over. It hit, luckily.
Two big upsets in the Ivy League. Dartmouth over Cornell. Stole that one. And then Harvard, big over Columbia at Columbia. Two big-time upsets in the Ivy League. Shake it up a little bit. And Princeton over Yale, 16-point favorite or 16-point win. I think Yale was a minus 6.5-point favorite. So all those games were like 6.5 to 8.5 lines, and the dog ended up winning by double digits in all three of those games. So Ivy League crazy.
Yeah, didn't matter. And then today, I guess Illinois goes into Iowa, gets it done, 75-69. They were really up big. Iowa clawed back in the end, but wasn't enough. Dropped that game. Got St. Joseph's team total under 72.5 somehow. They put up 45 first half points. Unbelievable. They scored 67, and that game was fun on the USA Network early, right before Monk and Syke and Suits and whatever. But, yeah, it was great. Came down to the wire. Richmond had a chance at a buzzer beater for 3. He was praying for no overtime, and finally got that 3 ball up in the air, and I felt lucky when I saw that in the air and the buzzer go off. So, yeah, they don't get it done, but St. Joe's gets the win in Richmond, 67-65. Talk about up and down, Richmond, for sure.
Yeah.
Iona beats Canisius. Florida Atlantic beats Memphis. Manhattan beats Niagara. Marist beats Ryder. Quinnipiac beats Sacred Heart. Shout out your guy, Spoons, Trevor, on your other show at Kerms about the Quinnipiac get that's coming back. So I don't think he was back this game, but we'll be back next.
Yeah. Green Bay wins again, too. 5-2 in conference play.
Plus 3.5 at home. Fuck out of here. Easiest bet on the board. 9-2 today. Thanks for contributing, Green Bay.
Yeah, Fort Wayne got a win, too. Over Bobby Moe, they're so up and down, but they got their up moment. We'll see if it continues, but I feel like they've been like that the last couple of years, just up down roller coaster team the entire year. Lose when they should win, and then win when they should lose.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I agree. That's why I didn't bet that game. I felt those two teams are pretty volatile. Siena moneyline got home against Mount St. Mary's. They win by 17 on the bounce back. UAB wins in OT against East Carolina. Was a great game. Just some solid performances all around. You get Jacob Meyer with 29, Jordan Riley with 30 and 10. Woo! Some solid performances from UAB, East Carolina. But my two-team moneyline parlay, Quinnipiac and UAB, gets home. Squeaky, greasy, sketchy. Got it done. Wright State, Oakland, that over hits. Wright State wins in Oakland by 10. Another up and down team, I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was one that had everybody out. Campy was going around campus giving away tickets and having everybody show up, and they got punished. I think they were down 30, but they made it a game. Did they like final 10 minutes or so? They got it to within 8 points or something. They were kind of hanging around, but they just didn't have enough time.
Wichita State gets it done. Rutgers comes back against Northwestern. They were down early. Comes back. Nick Martinelli, 34 of Northwestern's 75 in overtime, goes 34-12. Martinelli's their whole team. Rutgers gets it done in the rack. Martinelli is all of Northwestern's team, right, guys? I mean, if you watch them, it's pretty evident.
He's the Josh Hubbard of Northwestern.
Little boo-booey. And then Washington takes it home, gets it done. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I was right about Ohio State. I'm going to continue to be right about Ohio State. They're one of the biggest frauds in the Big Ten and in the P5 schools themselves.
Yeah, they have not been very impressive. More dreadful than anything.
Absolutely. The Pump Fake Pod here is sponsored by Rhythm. The Rhythm play of the day got home as well on Saturday. Austin Pay covers, goes 8-5. Our Rhythm play of the day moves 28-16. We're going to go on a nice little winning streak and bring back maybe a Rhythm play of the day. You know, tonight's card is very interesting. But if you notice, Rhythm isn't all just CBB. That's every sport. They got NFL, college football, college basketball, obviously, WNBA, NBA. I was looking at it today on NFL, and I hit a nice little parlay from Rhythm, ride the 2 unders earlier today, and then also a couple other props that hit. So it was fun. And the good thing about the Rhythm is it's not just like picking 4 games on a 149 game slate. You can look at Rhythm and what they're predicting and their win confidence for every single game, every single player prop as well that is available on a book. It is listed on Rhythm, which I think is such a very cool feature and something that is amazing because they're picking volume as well. They're not picking and choosing which game. They're going through each game, each slate, each player, and giving out every bet. And really enjoyed their partnership. And we've also just enjoyed the insights from CBB because they take all the stats, all the analytics, all the data, and compile it all into one on its own where you don't have to worry about it, do anything manually. It's all automatic. The historical data, all the transfer portal, all at the click of a button here. Just load up Rhythm, look at your phone, go through the games, and then view the confidence. Shout out Rhythm. Make sure you use promo code PFP25 for 25% off your first month on Rhythm. All right, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well on the Pump Fake Pod on this episode for picks for January 12th over a stinky slate tomorrow, but a fun one and a nice little Monday. But make sure to hit that like button. It helps us out. We go hard. We work hard. I mean, we were up till 5 in the morning. I was up till 5 in the morning, 4:50 a.m. Eastern, talking 4 hours and 55 minutes of basketball on Saturday or Friday night, going into Saturday morning. I wake up at 9:30. My buddy's at my door by 10:15. I'm out the door watching ball all day. I mean, come on. So a little sleep in today was kind of nice, but still, that's what we like to do. We like watching ball, we like talking ball, and it's easy. It's always free. You can fade us, you can tail us. Pump Fake Pod picks are posted on the sheet in the description and also on our pinned tweet on our Twitter. So fade us, tail us. We're going to work hard through the night watching ball because this is what we love to do. And this is our favorite sport, to say the least. I know it's my favorite sport. That's why I come here every night trying to watching games every night, every day, even over some NFL playoffs today, man. There's some great games today. So really enjoyed that and appreciate everyone in the chat. Hitting up almost 50 units on the year, 48 units, 55 and 39 the last 2 days. All for free. Never a paywall on the way here at the Pump Fake Pod. Elliot's been hitting out bangers. Trevor's been up. He had a bad week, but he's going to be up and has been up. And we've been spitting out fire over the last couple of years. It's going to be continuing. So it's easy. Just hit that like button. It goes a long way. And everyone in the chat, we like you. All right, before we get into it, Elliot, Trevor, final takeaways over the weekend. I think we should definitely maybe just give like a shout out or just any like insights that you saw. I mean, Elliot was texting me. He's like, "You're at the tables. You should be watching basketball." I'm like, "I am, but yes, I will be back." And I was. Elliot, what did you see over the 149 game slate on your little awesome TV wall in your basement?
Oh, it's just whole lot of good games. Doesn't matter the conference. Like I said, I've kind of continued to say it. They need to spread them out just a little bit more, so we can get a little bit more there at kind of the night slate rather than have this mega massive flipping back and forth at the 1, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock slate. But it's no matter how good you are, there's always going to be upsets in college basketball. You can't predict it. It's an unpredictable sport. Plenty of upsets. You think that a team's playing well or a team's going to go undefeated, like a Michigan, where there's a bunch of casters and commentators just say, "Oh, they're never going to lose," and then they drop a game to Wisconsin. Or you look at like Colgate dropping a home game to Lehigh. So the unpredictability of college basketball, that's where the spot betting comes in. But it just makes it that much more fun, and that's why March Madness is so crazy because you never know who's going to win. And every single night out there, is a fighting chance. And I think it was proved on Saturday with some of those upsets that wouldn't have been expected, and that's a regular thing. You'll see that every single day. But yeah, I agree with Jen. The typical spots aren't hitting as much as they have in seasons past. That's definitely for sure. But still, it's still super unpredictable, and that's what I love about it.
Yep. Wisconsin, big tourists of Illinois. Jen believes that wholeheartedly. Me too. But just know that when the Bears become part of Gary, Indiana, or Hobart, Crown Point, Indiana, you're going to be an Indiana fan as well, Jen. But anywho, yes, Elliot, I have to agree with you here and Jen on the spots. But it's probably going to change this week. The spots will be hitting because this is college basketball. It's like an ocean. The tide's going to turn you. The ripped currents are coming. And then there's low tide. There's high tide. There's just the water's always flowing. Big ocean of teams. But you just don't know what's going to happen in college basketball. And that's why we try to cap games and look for those spots because, like I say it all the time, a 22-10 team, a 21-10 team who has 11 losses is a 5 seed in the tournament. They're one of the better teams. You got to expect losses. We're going to find them and look for them and look for these spots and continue doing our method that's been working over the past couple of years. So, but yeah, great weekend. 46 and 37 Saturday, 9 and 2 Sunday. Happy. Getting some stuff for the man cave over this weekend for sure. After hitting this, but yeah, Trevor, anything that you saw over the weekend that wasn't depressing about the Packers or anything that maybe just like unbiased opinion on basketball that you saw over the games this weekend?
Didn't get my eyes on too many games yesterday, but just over the whole week, I've noticed that spots, like Jen said, aren't hitting. I think home court advantage is a little overvalued. We see a lot of these teams going on the road and getting wins, no problem, or just overvalue teams in general. And teams aren't invincible. Michigan's going to lose. Purdue's going to get blown out at home by Iowa State. It just kind of is what it is. It's just the more experienced team and better coach team generally comes out on top, I've noticed so far. So maybe after that week, you get your road experience, you get your home experience. Teams start to lock in a little bit and start showing up at home and taking advantage of spots where they can catch a big dog off of a big game and back-to-back road games and whatnot. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, just not the typical start, but I think things will start to become more normal and like we're used to, where you catch spots and teams and you get some overvalued lines on teams. I just had to imagine the public was eating last week, so we got to imagine some sharp spots are going to be the plays this week. Not everything's going to be free, like catching Houston 3.5 at Baylor and shit like that. Utah State went on the road. I mean, they won by 20 something at Boise. So, better team, better coaches. They're showing up more than anything so far.
Yeah, but hey, we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get some spots rolling, and it was a good weekend. I mean, still finding the spots, betting the better team. It worked out over Saturday. I noticed a lot of those road teams ended up getting it done here. In certain situations, maybe not early, but later on, those better road teams in the mid-major got it done. So that was my takeaway. And fire ass week, and great games on Saturday. Got crushed. Hey, Trevor, I heard Greg Gard is getting extended after Saturday. Probably. But
makes the tournament, he'll get an extension.
Conman, thanks for the donation. Yes, appreciate you, brother, and thanks for tuning in. But yeah, Elliot, Kansas State loses, IU loses, Trevor gets a Wisconsin win, but he's still feeling the burn from his NFL team on Saturday. But hey, at least he made the playoffs. So out of our 2-3 teams,
last night was devastating. Losing to the Bears like that, like of all teams, like I don't care. We could have lost by 50 next week, and we just couldn't lose that game. Especially giving up 25 fourth quarter points and being up 18. So it's
Ben
brutal.
Johnson owned the Packers a little bit.
That second game we played was some voodoo magic shit. Last night, just horrendous on the floor. Dude's got no sense of time management. Dude can't manage a game in crunch time. He needs to go. Get his ass out. Bring in Harbaugh. Let's get some man football back in here. Enough of this cutesy bullshit motion and all this other shit. Let's play some man football. Get Harbaugh in here, and next year will be our year. Injuries too. We were decimated. We'll be fine. Next year's our year. Get your tickets in.
I'm good. Anyway, yes. So basketball galore over the weekend. We were up. Great weekend. Sitting up almost 50 units. Let's fucking rock and get into the 50 unit category over some. We just got to hit less than 2 units, like 1.8 units to hit 50 units on the year for tomorrow, and we're gonna do it. And we got some good games on to do it for. Big conferences. We're seeing tomorrow. I think we got some MEAC games, some Southland games, some Swack games, correct, too? Swack as well? Yep. Let's freaking go. Everyone in the chat, if you're tuning in live, I want you to drop who you think has the cleanest logo in college basketball, the best logo in college basketball, not 2002 logo, not 1984 logo that we try to throw in every once in a while on our slides. We're talking now logos. Who do you think's got the best logo? Drop it in the chat if you're tuning in, and drop it in the live comment section while we get started here on our episode.
They are in the slides today, actually.
We got Maris Red Foxes. I think that's a little biased, but I do love the Fox. USF by Puzzo. I like that. Duke. All right. Clean. Duke blue. Nebraska. Just a big red N. All right. Not hating at all. UT Martin or Northern Arizona, Ball Knower Jen over
He's
here.
pretty good.
Yeah, I like the Skyhawks logo. I've had to pick between NAU or UT Martin. Razorbacks, I kind of like the Arkansas logo in basketball that has more of the horns or whatever. Noah Smith, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Love that. I think that's a good color scheme. SMU, he likes the Mustang. Joby driving Mustang. Let's freaking go. Conman's deep thinking right now. Great question. Juan likes UConn. Let's
The
go.
old UConn logo was so fire.
The old one with like the tongue out, like that
Yeah,
one.
the dog. Yeah, the actual dog. Yeah.
Arizona, I love that one. Yep, Arizona. UAB, I think, is a fire one as well. This one's a sneaky good one by Dusty Bottoms. Washington State, I kind of like the red and silver. It's really nice. You got double UConn. Kelly with Moorhead. He likes just like the bald eagle. Northwestern State. It is pretty fire. That's a good one. That's up there. Bucknell likes the orange bison. All right. Look at this. Chat's popping off here before we get in. Tulane, Green Wave. I do like the Tulane, just the T or like the little green guy as well, too. The Green Wave. That thing's pretty sick. Let's see. You got Bucknell, Moorhead. All right. Thanks, everyone in the chat. That was pretty fire. Some great logos there. Do you guys have another one by chance, you think?
Oh, it's coming up in the slides. I'll let you know when my pick pops up.
Iowa State is a fire one, but the one with the cyclone is the best one. Army, all right, I like Army. Arkansas State, another USF, okay. Providence, little Friar fan guy. Ethan, all right. Gonzaga. We got some fire choices. Elliot, you got one by chance? Are you gonna go bias with your K-State here? It's a pretty cool logo. A lot of high schools have adopted that logo. For sure.
K-State probably. If you're going K-State logo, probably Cocaine Willie's probably the best, or the one that I like. Sailor Willie or Cocaine Willie. Those are two. I like the alternates more so than just your typical Power Cat. But UAPB probably is probably up there with mine for me. Arkansas Pine Bluff with the lion and then the flames coming off the line, and then APB is spelled in the flames. Intricate work there for the Swack logo. A lot of the Swack logos are pretty fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are, for sure. I think Georgia Southern's logo is kind of fire with like the writing and the eagle in it. I think I do enjoy their logo for sure. Illinois Chicago, I think's got a great one as well with the flame in it. And who hates Youngstown State as well, of course. Let's go. Go ahead, Trevor. Sorry.
Oh, she was like, which one has a surfer? It's the Corpus Christi. It's like an alternate logo, though.
Yeah, that one's sick. Larry, thanks for tuning in. Great show, you guys. You got it all going on. Know your stuff. All right, let's go. Canada. Miami, I think is fire. Florida State's fire. Let's freaking go, guys. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. This is January 12th. We got an easy slate. Everyone had a good weekend. Got all the bets in. Let's freaking rock and roll it. North Carolina Central's laying a point against Morgan State. Over-under is 146.5. Morgan State got a dub over Saturday and got a cover as well against South Carolina State. North Carolina Central off of 2 wins and a road win for that matter. And now they go into Morgan State. But I think North Carolina Central is just a tad bit better than Morgan State based on analytics and just playing wise. You know, I do like Alfred Worrell for Morgan State. He uses tons of their possessions, kind of shoots most of their shots. Really really handles the ball well, and I think he's the best guard out there, and he's going to be running circles around some of these guards on North Carolina Central. And yeah, Morgan State, they got their big win and got their cover in, but both these teams shoot the free throw well, so it's not really like an advantage there that I'd be looking for on a 1-point spread. But I don't know. I think Morgan State actually looked really good on Saturday. I think they can roll it around and maybe go ahead and upset North Carolina Central at home on the short dog here. I think Alfred Orrell is going to be dominant and be one of the best guards out there and put up about 20 to 30. So I'm going to go with the home team here in Morgan State.
Yeah, I'll go NC Central. Winners of 2 straight. I mean, but they beat Norfolk and then they beat Coppin, another bad team. Morgan State is basically Coppin State. They won by 11 on the road. Now you're going to play Morgan State coming off a win, feeling good. I think what this really comes down to is, neither team can shoot the ball, but NC Central can get to the line and shoot their free throws and make them, something Morgan State doesn't. Morgan State won by 5 against South Carolina State. They shot 9 more free throws. They shot 60% from the line. So it comes down to it. I don't think they make their free throws. Laying points on the road with NC Central's seems like a suicide mission, but I don't see much of a difference between these two teams. NC Central's gone on the road, gotten a win, and they can make their free throws, and they're going to be at the line. So I'll take NC Central money line tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll end up riding with Morgan State again here at home. Rode with them on Saturday at home, and they came through for me against a South Carolina State team that is not very good. North Carolina Central, I don't think they're very good either. I expect this to be a very close and competitive game, so I will take the home team here at home to get it done.
Yeah, shout out E-Money. I was liking Morgan State, and he's like, "I'm going to bet it." I was like, "You're going to bet it?" And that's why we sounded out and talk out things here. That was one of my favorite bets of the day. I ended up watching this game, and they only won by 5 and got the 3.5 cover, so that was pretty fun. One of the better covers over the weekend. Sela laying a point, but I think this may be different because this line may have just flipped. New Orleans is now laying a point against Sela, and I can see why. I think New Orleans better brand name so far this season and has been playing up to speed, and Sela hasn't been the best at home, but they did get a win against Lamar, and now they're on a short spread, and people are taking New Orleans off of a loss. Shout out E-Money and I being on Nicholls State against New Orleans. That was an easy win on the short spread there. And you know what? And shout out us for being on Sela plus 16.5 as well. Just too many points. They only lose by 12 to McNeese. So, again, I think this is one of the teams that is a little bit better. New Orleans maybe a little bit better on paper, but they just haven't had a great start to Southland play after a good non-conference. But New Orleans statistically does everything better offensively for the most part, but Sela's really going to try to slow you down. Their defense really makes you have longer possessions. They're a decent job. They do a decent job at forcing steals and getting out the transition, even for how slow they play and can run. And now we got Sela at home off of a line flip. I'll take Sela plus the 1.5 here at home against a New Orleans team. I think this New Orleans team has kind of fallen off a little bit, and they've taken a drastic deep dive, unfortunately.
This is another spot I'll take New Orleans. I don't see a crazy difference in either of these teams. Both have popped up in a spot or two this year, but neither are really that good. But New Orleans can shoot free throws and they get to the line. I know they have a turnover issue, but Sela just can't play defense without fouling. New Orleans likes to get to the foul line and score there. Sela does too, but New Orleans shoots much better free throws than them. I think it comes crunch time. I believe in New Orleans to hit their free throws. And Sela just kind of looking back and be like, hey, we missed, 8, 9, 10 free throws this game. They lost this game by 4. it's going to bite them in the ass. So I'll take New Orleans here. No bet though.
Yeah, I'll start the show off with two short little money line dogs at home. Another dog lane plus 1.5. I'll take Sela here at home. I've been kind of impressed with New Orleans throughout this year, but they've really kind of struggled here as of late. I know they beat East Texas A&M at home, but they've really kind of struggled, especially on the road. Lost to Northwestern State. I just think Sela's defense is going to be able to cause some problems for New Orleans. You've got good against good. You got New Orleans good offense versus good defense in Sela. And then you got a bad New Orleans defense versus a bad Sela offense. I'll take the home team here. I think Sela's offense can get clicking a little bit better at home. And I think their defense is going to be able to make it a little bit difficult for New Orleans, and New Orleans might struggle on the road. So give me Sela plus the 1.5.
Yeah. All right. Elliot and I are aligned on Morgan State and Sela, and I will be betting both of those teams as well. This game I will not be betting out of these first two, though. But Prairie View is laying 2.5 against Arkansas Pine Bluff. The over/under is 167.5. Give me the over. Both teams run at tremendous pace. Defense, they allow just freight cars to move into their paint and say, yeah, go ahead. But Prairie View's actually got a pretty decent offense. They can get to the line a ton, so I can see why they're favored at home. But I don't care how many points this over/under is. The over is worth it, but no bet for me. Just a little bit too high, but I think that's the play just for how bad these defenses are and how fast these offensive run.
Yeah, I like the over in this one. Both teams play fast. Both teams get to the line. Both teams foul. Both teams can make their free throws. Pine Bluff just come off an odd game where they scored 74. I mean, they've been averaging 90, 95. Scored 138 on Champion Christian and 114. So, I mean, their offense was clicking last game. It didn't look as good. There weren't as many possessions there on the road, but Prairie View is going to play fast too. They're coming off of a 1-point win against Mississippi Valley State. I think you get a much more spirited effort too. So I'll take the over 167. Feels high, but it feels high for a reason. We're going to get plenty of points, plenty of opportunities to score with the clock stop. So I'll take the over 167 in this one. And also, this is the best logo in the game, Pine Bluffs. That logo is gas. So that's my favorite logo vote.
Yeah, I'll take the over 167.5 as well. Not quite sure if I'll get to a bet, but I do think Trev, you said it kind of perfectly. Both of these teams scored in the 70s, low 70s last time out, and typically you see both of these teams in the 80s. I think they respond a little bit. Might be some not tired legs, but little dead legs, a little lazy on the defensive end after playing on Saturday. You can get 1 day's rest and then play again on Monday. Prairie View, they are one of the worst, if not the worst team in fouling. And so UAPB is going to be able to get to the line a lot. And they show success there, 78% from the line. So like Trev said, there's going to be a lot of points with the clock stopped. Maybe we see a close game so we get some more points down the stretch as well. So I'll just take the over 167.5.
All right. Are you betting that?
Me? Probably not.
All right. I'm not going to bet that game. Bethune-Cookman laying 3.5 against Southern.
This is down to 1.5.
Over/under is 151.5. I can see why. I think Southern's way better, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Bethune has athletes. They're pretty good at home. They're well coached. So
TCU came back.
What's up? Oh yeah,
The doctor's back in.
The doctor is back in session, baby. And now Bethune's won 2 straight as well, both at home. So they want to keep the advantage rolling. And Southern's dropped 7 of their last 8, 1 and 2 in conference play. I mean, people betting Southern. I can see why. I do think Southern, even with their record and their bad start, is better. But this is Bethune at home, off of the fresh start, and Dr. Bradley. Give me Bethune and Reggie Theus here, and outside of Dr. Bradley, I love Jacoby Hetty and just a lot of their guys that they have. And I feel like they play as a good cohesive unit watching them versus some of these other teams in the Swack. So, yeah, I'm going to take Bethune money line here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Bethune. Got Doc Bradley back. They looked good last game. Southern dropped 2 straight. They haven't looked too hot. I mean, they lost by 4 to Prairie View at home, and then they went on the road, only scored 59 to FAMU and lost. Now you're hitting the road to Bethune-Cookman. Kind of got a shot in the arm with the Doc back. I mean, they've won 2 straight here. Staying home again. They have Mississippi Valley on deck. Not that there's a look-ahead spot, but it is Mississippi Valley. So I think they show up at home. They get this done. I think, people are betting down Southern, rightfully so. I think they are the better team, but Doc Bradley's coming back. Played 17 minutes, shot 40%, got 5 boards, 4 assists in that other game. So start increasing his workload. His stats are just going to be getting better, and this team's just going to get better offensively. So I'll take the Bethune money line here.
Yeah, I'm on the Wildcats as well. Bethune on the money line. I like them to possibly win the Swack. I think I picked them, if I remember correctly, at the beginning of the year to be the Swack champion in the conference. I do like Southern, but I think they're just still trying to figure themselves out. They've been struggling as of late. Bethune, on the other hand, got a really good win against the Grambling State squad, who is really good. Beat them by 9. So the fact that we can see Bethune-Cookman, I'm getting this at basically plus money, pretty much plus 100, minus 105 on the money line at home. It's a good price for me. Give me Bethune-Cookman. I think they get the job done here at home.
All right, like Bethune there, all 3. Florida A&M catching 2.5 against Grambling. Over/under is 140.5 there in the scoreboard font. Man, I'm not afraid of betting on these teams, but this one's just a little bit volatile for me. I mean, I've already bet on some Swack, but this one for me is kind of a stay away. You got Grambling at home, but then you're going on the road, laying this many points. They're one of the best teams in the country at getting to the line, though, and Florida A&M fouls a ton. So to me, it's a Grambling spot. The money line's gone down a little bit. It's down to 2.5. Now they're at home. I'll take Grambling money line, but to me, it could be a no bet and maybe wait and see for a potential live angle at plus points, but probably a no bet for me. I think it's a pretty weird spot for them going into Florida A&M, even though they're a better team, but hopefully they can get to the line, continue doing what they do best, and expose Florida A&M and the Rattlers in the foul game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Grambling here, coming in off of a loss to Bethune-Cookman. Now you're going to go to FAMU, who just got a win, and it wasn't a pretty win. I mean, Southern was 18-27 from the line, 3 of 20 from 3, 14 turnovers. They were not pretty. I mean, and then we could FAMU 18 turnovers, 6 of 23 from deep. What saved them 17-20 at the line. So they were very efficient at the line, 52%, 55% inside. They were hitting their shots. I don't know if they do against Grambling. Grambling can force turnovers, can actually get to the line and hit free throws. Middle of the pack, a little above average from 3. So I think just FAMU's inability for shot making really kills them. Southern played a horrendous game. They took advantage. So good on them. But I don't think Grambling's going to show up and have another outing like Southern did at FAMU the other day. So I'll take Grambling on the money line. Or it's 145. I'll just take Grambling minus 2.5.
Yeah, I'll take Grambling minus 2.5 here. I think Patrick Prairie is going to really want to get this win for himself. I think his players are going to get up for him, return him back to FAMU. I really like this spot, especially after Grambling dropped that game on the road against Bethune-Cookman. Florida A&M got that big win at home against Southern, so you kind of see a little, opposite where Grambling's going to want to come out and get this done, especially for their coach, kind of a homecoming game here. Florida A&M should be playing with a little bit of, as Huff says, piss in their vinegar, just because it is their former head coach, so that scares me a little bit. But I'll ride with Grambling minus the 2.5 here in a bounce back spot after dropping that away game to Bethune.
Little drama there in the Swack. I love it. Stephen F. Austin's laying 7.5 against Incarnate Word. Over under is 138.5. Man, Incarnate Word off of 2 losses where they get drilled by 13 on the road. They get drilled by 12 on the road against UTRGV and Lamar. Stephen F. Austin off of a big win at Houston Christian. Now you got a team that, to me, is maybe just a little bit too happy. Our guy Warbucks in the chat coined it fat and happy. I know Incarnate Word's defense is horrible. Stephen F. Austin may be a better team, and finally back to be one of the top competitors in this conference, where we knew and loved them and fell in love with them in the 2010s. But it's been a long road with them in the last few years. But finally picking it back up, it's been a good little rebranding for them. But to me, I think SFA is definitely can drill them for sure. And on paper, it looks like they can and have done it at home, even on the road. But how many times can you continue to do that? Now you just beat Houston Christian. Now you get Incarnate Word, who may be playing just a little bit desperate. I know defensively they're horrible, and Stephen F. Austin has a much better advantage. But I think Incarnate Word will be playing good. They've dropped 2 away games miserably. I think they need to step it up and play a little bit tougher here. And I think they are on defense against a Stephen F. Austin team. Intra-conference here. Give me Incarnate Word plus the points.
Yeah, I'll lay with Stephen F. here. I get Incarnate Word lost 2 straight. They're on the road, 3rd straight road game in about a week. But on the road, their scoring goes down drastically. 51, 67, 65, 83 still lost to New Orleans, and then 67 again. And I'm not going to count Indiana or Colorado State because those are much different opponents here. But they're averaging 63 points the last 3 games. Stephen F. averages 81.5 at home. Incarnate Word has been giving up points too. I mean, they lost by 12. They lost by 13, 4-1, and then 13 again on the road here. So I'm just going to trust the better team at home here. Incarnate Word, not as good on the road. 3rd straight road game in a week. Stephen F. back home and playing well. So they got New Orleans on deck. I don't think they're really looking ahead too much. This is just a better team, and they're at home. So I'll back the Stephen F. Austin here.
Yeah, I'll be on the Lumberjacks as well. I like laying this 7.5 number. I just think Incarnate Word, like I've said, their defense is not very good. However, their offense is pretty good, but they're going up against one of the best defensive teams there in the Southland at home. So I think SFA is just going to cause problems defensively, make it difficult for Incarnate Word to score. And with how not very good the Cardinals' defense is, I think the Lumberjacks will be able to kind of get whatever they want. I see this game probably in the 72-60 type of a range. So I'll lay it here with the Lumberjacks.
All right, American versus Navy. It's a fun one. Navy going up against its own country. They're defending. Over/under is 138.5 here. Navy, man, they've been super solid, and I think Navy's really found their stride here and become a cohesive unit. Now you get Navy's defense being able to travel well. They're 4-0. I know it's going into American, who's desperate a little bit. Who's dropped 2 straight games in conference play. Now you're getting Navy national TV on CBS Sports Network, but I think Navy's defense is too good to fall into the trap of, oh, this is an American spot here. I think Navy's defense travels well tomorrow. Now we get them in a short spread. I will take Navy money line on the road. I think they get it done against American. I do like this American team. They got a soft spot for me in my heart. I like Dwayne Simpkins, and I like this team. But Navy's just found their stride, and I think they're going to continue rolling and get it done on the road here.
Yeah, stumbled early, but since December 3rd, they haven't lost. I mean, they're sitting here 7-0 against D1 competition, 8-0 overall. American hasn't looked too great. I know they played VCU, Virginia, and then Colgate, but still they haven't won. I mean, their wins are Boston, Loyola, Maryland, Eastern Shore, Drexel, Longwood, Maine, and then Penn, second game of the year. Penn still figuring out with McCaffrey and company. Navy's the most experienced team in the country with returning production here. 28th in the country with experience. So they're not the tallest group, but they've been around. They've played together a lot. They know what they need to do. They've got their feet under them, and they're getting wins here. So I'm gonna I'll just take the money line with Navy short number here on the road, but I just think they're the better team, and it's going to show up tomorrow. Defensively, I think that's why it's a low total. Also, I think American struggles. I think Navy wins an ugly one, like 68-63, something like that.
I was waiting for your classic cap. American ended Navy season last year, Trev.
Did they? I didn't look at that.
They did.
Perfect.
I'll be on Navy here as well. It does scare me a little bit. Navy did steal both of the games last year in regular season play, but then American ended up winning it, beat them by 22 in the championship game there in the Patriot League Championship. But Navy, I would probably have been on American if it wasn't for the fact that American beat them in the championship game, just because Navy had stole that game at American last year by 8. However, I think that this Navy team, is a lot better than the American team. When we compare last year's team to this year's team, Navy really similar, as Stooley was saying. American, on the other hand, a totally different team. I just think we get a way better team here. We're getting a good short number. I'll take Navy minus the 1.5.
Let's go Navy. South Carolina State versus Coppin State. Over-unders 143.5. Should I play the audio? No, I'm not going to play the audio because I think Coppin State is atrocious, especially even at home. They're nothing special. I know South Carolina State isn't anything to write home about either, but we're getting South Carolina State 2-15 versus 3-16. I don't think the records speak for themselves. I think this is a complete South Carolina State spot for me here. I love South Carolina State personally. I think that they're better than Coppin State, even though they're 2-15 and one down. I think this is a great spot for them against a team that they're pretty much even with, to say the least. Both these teams are super bad. The defense is going to be high. It could be a high-scoring game, even for how bad these offenses are. But they haven't had a road win yet. South Carolina State has. I think they're due for a road win. And Coppin State, pretty bad at home. They haven't had a D1 win at home yet. But they haven't had many home games. I just think South Carolina State's just a tad better after watching some of these teams. I feel like they have a better identity. They like to take it inside, be a little more physical. Coppin State kind of is all over the place. So I'm going to take South Carolina State, and I will bet this. I'll take the road team here on the money line.
I'll take the home team. Not going to bet this. South Carolina State ended their season last year. And now you get them at home. I don't think it's really anything crazy. Coppin State lost to NC Central. They shot 36 free throws to 12. And it was an 11-point game. So I think if they get to the line or they cut back a little bit on the fouling, they should be fine. South Carolina State also fouls a ton too. So I'll take Coppin as the home dog, but no bet.
Yeah, I'll take South Carolina State here. Not going to bet this though. Just feel like I was fading South Carolina State against Morgan State on Saturday just because South Carolina State just gotten that good win against Howard. Now they've gotten the road loss out of the way. Now they play a team that's even worse than that. I think South Carolina State is the better team here. They get it done. Coppin State not going to really have any type of home court atmosphere or environment. So give me South Carolina State.
Come on, Elliot, bet it with me. Let's go South Carolina State. Come on, I think it's a great spot for them. You led me to a bet. I'll lead you there. Alabama State laying 7.5 against Alcorn State. Over/unders 150.5. I think Alabama State's better than them. Their defense is solid, one of the best defenses in their conference, to say the least. Super, super mean on the inside, and randomly gets up and shoots. Alcorn State, perennial losers here in this conference. I will lay it with Alabama State at home, but this one will be a no bet for me. I feel like there's a backdoor opportunity loading here. potentially, but I do think they get it done at home. So no bet for me on the Alabama State.
I'll take Alabama State at home, laying it. I mean, they stayed home. They're coming off a home loss to Jackson State. Alcorn finally got a win. This will be their holy shit. They have not played a home game this year. They had one neutral against Indiana State, beat them. Otherwise, they have not been home. They have their next game after this Saturday, going to be their first home game of the season. I think they got their win. They're just going to kind of go through the motions and just have nothing really for this one. I think it's a big spread for a reason. Give me Alabama State laying it.
Yeah, I'll take Alabama State minus 7.5. Might look at just putting them in a money line parlay. Don't really like laying these big numbers with these Swack games, but I think Alcorn stealing the road win on the road at Alabama A&M on Saturday, and then Alabama State dropping that home game, like you said, Trev, to Jackson State. It's kind of all you need to know here. I think Alabama State gets it done. They get up for this, avenge their home loss on Saturday. Just too big of a number for me to bet, though, so I will probably look at maybe a money line parlay piece with them. If not, it'll be a no bet.
And I did say I would take the Stephen F. Austin 7.5 now. I think this is going to go up, by the way, going back to the Incarnate Word. So I'm going to look for a better number for Incarnate Word, but I would probably take the 7.5 now. Looks like it's going up and juiced that way on all the big gambling sites. Gambling sites. That was such a fucking boomer way to say it. But Lamar minus 7.5 against Houston Christian. The over-under is 134.5. Lamar, easy pick on the board last Saturday. Got that dub right. Lamar gets it done. Houston Christian is atrocious, man. They've really been struggling, to say the least. They can't defend around the perimeter. They can't defend inside. To me, they've really been struggling, and it's a tough watch. I do like Houston Christian as dogs, though. I think they can hang around, make it tough. They limit possessions and whatnot, but I think this Lamar team is just better. Lamar's defense is something scary, and I think one of the, if not the best defense in their conference as well, and can play with any of these teams. And now you get Lamar going back home off of a road win, or off. They just got back home off of a road drought, and then they get a home win. Now they're going to double it up, I think, as well against one of the worst teams in the conference you get to play. I think Houston Christian will not be able to do anything against Lamar. They try to take it inside. Lamar's specialty on defense is the inside game in the front court. And I think Christian's going to just run into a brick wall. And Beaumont, Texas here. Shout out Andrew Holyfield, Braden East, some absolute twin towers down below there in Lamar. And I think they're going to be dangerous and the catalyst for this game against Christian. So I will lay it with Lamar and bet this.
Yeah, I like Lamar too tomorrow. I mean, Houston Christian hasn't covered this number since December 13th, and they haven't won a game since then either. So I mean, they've been struggling to hang in games here and be competitive. It's been rough going for them. Lamar finally got that win. They did not play well in that Incarnate War game and still found a way to get it done. I mean, they shot 44% inside. They had 13 turnovers, 69% at the line, 38% from three. So that was about the bright side. But it just happened that Incarnate Word couldn't shoot either. 5 of 16, 6 of 16 from the line, 15 of 36 inside. They weren't sharp, but Houston Christian isn't sharp. They're not competitive in these games. They're getting blown out by double digits. I'll take Lamar with 7.5 also.
Yeah, I'll take Lamar minus the 7.5 either. I'll probably maybe utilize this as my other piece to the Alabama State Lamar moneyline parlay. Also maybe look at a Houston Christian team total under, but I think Lamar minus the 7.5 would be the spot for the spread.
Do we wait to bet Lamar? Juiced up to 7.5 on Houston Christian. Fuck it. They're going to win by 12. Fuck them. I'm going to bet it. Or are you betting the 7.5? Or are you trying to wait for a better number?
Me? Sorry. I thought you were. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you said something.
Hopefully,
No,
we'll.
I kind of want Lamar. I mean, I think I'd lay it. I think I'd rather lay Lamar up to like 8.5 than take Houston Christian 8.5. They haven't been competitive in these games, and Lamar's off of a bad game, but still found a way to win. I think they bounce back and play really well, and Houston Christian just continues to struggle and just do what they've been doing, not be competitive.
All right, screw. What are we doing? I'm not looking for a 6.5. We'll just do the 7.5. I'm betting this now. -105.
Yeah.
I'll take this game quick. I got to use the restroom, but Maryland Eastern Shore, not a great basketball team. I think we're all aware of that, but they've won 2 straight. Now you're going into Norfolk here, who got a win on the road, coming back after the 3rd road game. Now you're coming back home to play Maryland Eastern Shore. Eastern Shore is coming off 2 wins at home. Now they're hitting the road again. They have not won on the road this year. I don't like laying this 5.5 number, but I'll lean Norfolk State, but they can't shoot free throws. That's what scares me when you're going to lay, multiple possessions with team. I don't think Norfolk's that much better than Maryland Eastern Shore, but I think they are. If they could hit their free throws, I would lay this, but I'll pick Norfolk, no bet, just because they are one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country.
Elliot, what you got here?
I'll lay it here with Norfolk State in a bounce back spot. I think they're the much better team. I know Maryland Eastern Shore, they've been somewhat competitive in some of their games, especially beating Howard. But another one of those, 2-0 in conference play. Now they go on the road, beat Morgan State by 17, and then they beat Howard by 12 at home. Really good win for them. But I don't think that they're going to be able to do the same with Norfolk State. Similar spot with the Morgan State game on Saturday. I'll fade the team that is fresh off of beating Howard. Howard's kind of the team that's got a X on their back because everyone is going to get their best shot. I think they got Maryland Eastern Shore's best shot. I don't think they can put 2 games in a row like that. So give me Norfolk State minus the 5.5.
Yeah, I like that as well too. I'm going to go a little different angle here. I'm going to take Norfolk State's team total over 68.5 here. I think UMez is one of the slowest possession team. They can really, they've stepped it up somewhat in conference play for sure. But for me, Norfolk State's offense has just been a tad bit. Hasn't been great. I mean, it's definitely interesting taking the team total over. They score right around 68, 67 for sure. I think that's pretty dicey, but they're going to get it done. First home game in a long, long time. I think they're going to be stepping it up on offense against it and being able to shut down UMez and play tough on the interior, get some extra rebounds offensively. So I like Norfolk State's team total over. Get it done, 68.5. Howard laying 9.5 against Delaware State. Over/under is 130.5. Howard, bad loss on the road on Saturday. The Jordan jerseys just couldn't get it done here. 3 in a row dropped on the road. 2 after getting your Drexel and UNC Wilmington wins. So, 0-2 in conference play. I think they're definitely due to come out and drill a team that's one of the worst in their conference in Delaware State. So I'll lay it with Howard. I think they can bounce back here, but no bet for me. I think it's just too many points. I need to see them do it at home and get their groove back first before I bet on them.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Howard. This will be a bet for me. I think this is a spot where, we're getting Howard off of 2 losses to open up conference play there in the MEAC against 2 of, one of the worst teams and maybe this, not necessarily the second worst team, but I think South Carolina State's probably one of the worst teams. Maryland Eastern Shore, not much better. But, man, you drop 2 games to start out conference play. I think they're going to come all gas, no brakes, and be able to take care of Delaware State, who fought really tough and competitive against Norfolk State at home, but dropped that game. So I see Howard winning this by double digits. I will lay it and bet it.
All right, UTRGV going into Northwestern State. Over under is 141.5. UTRGV is laying points on the road, laying 2.5. Believe this line is already up to 3.5 as well here, from what I'm seeing. 3.5. Some places. So, Northwestern State just got a good home win against Corpus Christi. They've been pretty feisty at home. They only lost by 10 to Stephen F. Austin. UTRGV, completely up and down team. You just don't know which one you're going to get. So maybe the books think that they're going to step it up after their loss to East Texas A&M against one of the worst defenses in Northwestern State. But in conference lately, Northwestern State's been one of the best in 3-point land. So I think the numbers are a little bit skewed for the teams that they were playing early in the season. And watching Northwestern State, they've been very feisty at home. They're a super small team. They play a ton of small ball. So they're going to get out rebounded against UTRGV for sure. But I think the small ball can do it at home, considering how well that they defend the three, and that's where UTRGV is going to want to do it. UT Pan American back in the day. But I think this home dog team is going to be nice here. I think Northwestern State's going to be able to hang around. I will take Northwestern State plus 3.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll be on Northwestern State plus 3.5 as well. That was a fun bet on Saturday. Bet Northwestern State there against Texas A&M Corpus Christi was actually a really fun game. They were down by like 10, 12, came back, ended up winning that game down the stretch outright. So I think they've, gotten some things figured out. And I'll continue to fade UTRGV on the road. So give me Northwestern State plus the 3.5. I think the line's moving in the wrong way. I think they can win this. This is another one that, they're live to win on the money line and win 2 in a row here at home. So give me all the points if I'm thinking that the money line is going to come through.
Yeah, I will. Northwestern State here. I've been a Northwestern State guy for a couple of years. They haven't been as nice to me, but they've looked good lately. I mean, winners of 2 of their last 3, both of those at home. They lost that Nicholls game on the road by 2, and then you get Rio Grande here, winners of 2 of your last 3. Rio Grande has not been sharp on the road here at all this year. Back-to-back road games. Saturday they played. Now they got to go play tomorrow, so one day off. I think Northwestern State's building a little bit of confidence and momentum. Home dog here. I'll take Northwestern State catching the 2.5. I think they win this game outright.
Let's go. We like Northwestern State. They got shouted out earlier on the show for one of the better logos. Let's go. East Texas A&M is catching 4.5 against Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi off of a loss, like we just mentioned. This line has shot up, by the way. It is already up to 7, 6.5, 7. So it's already moved 2 points in favor for the Islanders, and I can see why, because they're betting. They just lost. I get it after winning 2 road games in a row. So the 4 road spots here for A&M Corpus Christi. Expecting them maybe to bounce back for sure against, again, one of the worst teams in conference in East Texas A&M, who just got a win at home against UTRGV, like we just discussed. So, this is an interesting one. The spot for sure is maybe saying Corpus Christi, and the better team is Corpus Christi. But something's calling me to be like, why is this line already moving so crazy? Everyone's getting hammered already on this, and people just think Corpus Christi is that good offensively. That's where they can really struggle. They just put up 78 points. They played solid. They put up 81 right before then. They're due for a low shooting game, in my opinion, for Corpus Christi. And now you're seeing the over-under sitting kind of low. I'll take East Texas A&M at home. I'll let this number climb, but check the picks page, see if I bet this. I'm not going to write it off as a no bet, but to me it's very lumen to be a no bet. But I'll let that number continue to climb as this opened up at 4.5, already up to 6.5, and try to take the peak of the number for the Lions.
Yeah, I kind of like an under here. neither team. I mean, what's it? Commerce or East Texas A&M plays a little faster, but regardless, I mean, neither offense is great. Neither defense is fantastic either, but neither can shoot free throws. Low total to East Texas A&M at home. I think they get their kind of game where it's going to be just a nasty grind you out game. Islanders have bounced back off of their losses, though. I mean, when they, I'm sorry, no, it was Corpus Christi. Yeah. I'm sorry. They lost to Xavier, bounced back with a Lamar win by 8. Lost to Nicholls, bounced back with a New Orleans 14-point win, and then just lost to Northwestern State. So do they bounce back and play really well? I'm not sure. I just feel like this is a low total for a reason. I think it's going to be a grinder. Neither offense is good. Turnover issues, free throw issues. So I'll take the under 139.5.
Yeah, I'll take East Texas A&M plus the 6.5. Probably going to end up betting this game, depending on, I think the number will climb. I feel pretty confident in betting it at the plus 6.5, but just due to all the line movement, might as well just wait and see what I can get. I think Corpus Christi probably gets this done, but I do think, if it's true with what Trev's kind of saying, you're going to see a kind of muck it up type of a game, low total. I don't see, I see this game coming down to the last couple possessions. So I'll back the home team and East Texas A&M to be able to get it done. It does scare me a little bit that the Islanders like to force a lot of turnovers, and that's something that East Texas A&M struggles with. But I think at home, maybe they can take care of the ball a little bit better, make this close and competitive. They can maybe ride the momentum of that home win against UTRGV and get another home win potentially. So give me the 6.5. Wait to bet it as the line continues to move.
All right, McNeese State laying 13.5. This line's already up to 14.5 against Nicholls State. Fuck off. Nicholls State is too good. They're playing out of their mind as of late. They're winners of how many straight? Like 5 or 6? 5. 7-0 in conference play. I know that it's stinky. This line's a little bit stinky, but I'll be honest, these books are just running up on McNeese and pinning this number around 14 to 16 with all these games. And I'll agree. I think Nicholls, can force turnovers. They can defend the 3 well, but the way McNeese likes to maybe sometimes take it inside is where they're going to really expose Nicholls State on defense. So I think that could be a huge problem. And McNeese with Larry Johnson and Fredson Cole and Garcia. I mean, they're a pretty good staff, but it's just too much, man. It's too much for me to lay this many points at home against a Nicholls State team that's also stepped it up defensively. So if they can figure it out on the interior, I think they're for sure going to cover this game. So a little worried about that interior defense, but I think they're going to step it up for sure and get it done here against one of the better teams in conference and try to extend it to 8-0 here in Lake Charles. So give me Nicholls State plus 14.5.
Yeah, Nicholls State. For me, it's going to come down if they can make their 3 balls. If they can, it's going to be a long day because they're not getting anything inside. And their defense is pretty porous too, where McNeese can take advantage of. But McNeese struggles to defend the 3 a little bit, and Nicholls, that's what they do is live and die by the 3. So if they can get these to fall, this 13.5 is going to be way too much. They're probably going to hang in this game and be within 2-3 possessions most of the game, I think. So I'll take Nicholls, backing them that they'll hit their shots, and they're coming in here playing really, really good. And you get the max effort game here, and then they fall flat next game. So give me Nicholls with the 13 or 14.5, whatever this line's at now.
Yeah, I'm seeing 14.5, so you can take that. You can wait to bet it. I'll be on Nicholls State plus the points here as well. Last year, they only lost this game by 8 to McNeese on the road. I think, now we're getting a McNeese team who's not as good as they were. They're still really good, but Nicholls State's just as good as they were last year, if not better. I do think, there's going to be no more undefeated teams in the Southland after tomorrow. I do think McNeese gets it done, but they win this game by 8-10. I just think 13.5 is way too many points. At first, I was kind of scared and maybe was just like, this is telling that McNeese is just going to blow them out. But I don't think so. I think Nicholls is going to be able to hang around here, and McNeese wins this game by 10. So lock it up. I'll wait to bet it, though, just because of the line movement. And because I'm comfortable betting it at 13.5. I'll see if it comes back down. I'll hit it at 13.5. I'll just see where this number goes.
Yeah. Jerry said he likes the under too. I don't mind it either. If Nicholls isn't hitting, they're not going to score shit. It would be like 76-58 or something like that if they can hit their threes. So, yeah, I don't hate an under just in that aspect, but I do think Nicholls hits it. So I kind of don't mind a gross over, but logically it feels more like an under, just an aggression of Nicholls not hitting all the shots.
Penultimate game of the night, Alabama A&M laying 6.5, 5.5 places against Jackson State. Over-unders 142.5. Mo William and Jackson won 2 in a row. Alabama A&M lost at home against Alcorn. Weird number here. Don't know where they're coming up with this. I mean, I guess A&M can be a little bit better, but watching them, I think they have defensive issues. But I think they do bounce back in a home spot. I'll lay it with Alabama A&M, but this will be a no bet for me.
I'll take Jackson. Jackson State was my preseason conference winner. Conference play started. They've looked pretty well. They're 2-0 so far. But I mean, like, their schedule this year has been crazy. Illinois, Louisville, Auburn, Arkansas, Houston, Northwestern, TCU. They've gone through a gauntlet. A&M's played Ole Miss, Clemson, and Indiana this year. That's it. So, I mean, competition. Jackson State's built for this, and you can see once conference play started, 3-point win against Alcorn at home, but then they went to Alabama State, won by 11. I think they're going to start getting their feet under them. I think they're going to start catching teams, and this is just a line based on a record. I think Jackson State's a team that's battle tested and ready, and they're 2-0 in conference play now since they played that gauntlet of a schedule. So I'll take Jackson State here with 6.5, maybe even a little money line. I think they can win this game. I think we're getting an overpriced Alabama A&M team.
Yeah, I like that too. I'll take Jackson State plus the 6.5. I'm right there with you, Trev. I just think that this might be a record spot where they're just 1-12 in non-conference play, but they've 2 of their 3 wins so far on the year. They've gotten it done on the road, so they're familiar with getting wins on the road. I just think it's maybe a little bit too high of a number for me to back Alabama A&M at home. So I'll take Jackson State. I think Alabama A&M does get it done just for the fact that they lost their last game out against Alcorn State, but I think it's going to be a close competitive game. So give me Jackson State the points.
Word.
Final game of the night, Texas Southern laying 14.5 against Valley State. Over-unders 144.5. Trevor, take us home.
Man, Southern hasn't beaten a D1 team this year. Houston, Tillotson, and Biblical Studies they've beaten. They just lost to Pine Bluff by 8. They've got by Grambling State by almost 20. Southern beat them by 11. Valley State now coming in. Like, I know they're not great, but they just played Prairie View to 1 on the road. Prairie View 36 free throw attempts, and they still managed to pull that out by 1. So, I mean, Southern, not a great free throw shooting team. They're not terrible, but Valley State, 66 in the country at their free throws. They're going to have, chances to score there at the line. 14.5 feels a little too high for this Texas Southern team. I don't think they're that good. This kind of feels like a name brand because, Texas Southern's always kind of been hanging around the postseason play and March Madness here. So I'll take Valley State, no bet on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this is a little freaking crazy here, but Texas Southern team total under 79.5. They have not hit this all season outside of the 2 D2 games that they played. In one of them, they only put up 80 against Houston Tillotson, that game you mentioned, and then Biblical Studies 102. I know Valley State is horrible defensively, so taking a team that they're playing team total underwise is pretty bad. But what they try to do in conference play is limit possessions, really take it slow. the games that they played, they didn't give up 80 points in their conference games. So I think Texas Southern won't be able to do that offensively. I will take that team total under.
Yeah, I like that angle on that, Huff. I'll take the points, Mississippi Valley State plus the 14.5. I think that's way too many points for a team that hasn't got a D1 win. But I almost might like that that team total under and get a little gross with you and nasty a little bit even better. I think that besides what Texas Southern scoring 90 against Sanford in overtime, that's the only team that they've put up this number, or they covered this number against a D1 opponent. Check the picks page. I'll probably either end up betting on Mississippi Valley State plus the 14.5 or that team total under.
All right. That's our Monday slate. Nice and easy. Some mid-major talk there. And then we got our P5 nice mid-major games tomorrow, and just some great P5 games. 35 plus games tomorrow, I believe. 35 total for tomorrow's slate that we'll be going over. Big 10, A10, MAC, Big East, ACC, SEC, Missouri Valley. Just beautiful. Mountain West at night. West Coast Conference. Some amazing conferences mentioned for tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be live around 10:45 Eastern, a little bit early to go through the Tuesday slate, recap quickly this Monday slate, and start the week off hot and ready after just a fantastic weekend. 50 up almost 50 units on the year. Come on, guys. That feel freaking amazing. Super excited about it, and the hot start that we've had. Let's keep the ball rolling and not lose like we did earlier in the week last week, and get it done. We also have a rhythm play of the day because we weren't sure on a short slate, but believe there is a rhythm play of the day. I don't know what it is, but I think we all did like it ourselves. So maybe I do know what it is, but maybe I don't. Who wants to take it away?
I can go for it. Rhythm play of the day. We talked about it earlier, and it is going to be Navy minus the 1.5. Rhythm likes this smart signal play for tomorrow. Like we said, Navy. If you want to go with the off the last year's loss to American in the postseason, little extra motivation there. Not to mention 79.5, 80% minutes return from last year. So this team's very experienced. They played together. They know what they're doing. American coming off of back-to-back losses. I know they're at home, but in national TV game. But Navy's been the more experienced team. They've proven they can win. They've been on a winning streak here since conference play started. They've gotten their feet on them. And American has kind of been, up and down. Their best win this year is, it's either going to be Penn or Drexel. So it's not anything too crazy, and we all like Navy. Rhythm agrees with it, makes it a smart signal for tomorrow. So we absolutely love that. So Navy minus the 1.5 will be our rhythm play of the day for tomorrow. Should we just take money line, guys, or do we want to lay the 1.5?
I've already bet the Navy money line. I already bet it, so maybe
we'll just put Navy money line for rhythm play. If the 1.5, same thing as the money line, we'll just be smarter about it and take the money line.
Yeah, I already just bet the money line here on the show. So, yeah, it works for me. Shout out Rhythm. They've been great. We got their CEO for Rhythm will be joining here in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned as we finalize a date for that. Looking forward to it. And if anyone wants to help out with some video content, potentially hit me up in the DMs. Got a little content idea to promote Rhythm. So if you want to be on a quick 5-second Instagram reel, let me know in the DMs. Need some help from a couple extra guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are the realest. We will be live, I said, tomorrow at 10:45 Eastern. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Elliot, final thoughts here on the weekend and closing this week down, and then another week steadfast forward in college basketball as we start to get into full gear here in conference play. And just want to make sure everyone just smells the roses because it's January 12th and we're rocking and rolling right now.
Yep, no, for sure. It's just enjoy the process. It's been fun. So you never want to get to the destination and not enjoy the process. So just enjoy the games, enjoy the grind, because before you know it, it's going to be April and we're going to be doing a live watch show again for the national championship, and then we'll be twiddling our thumbs for the next 4 or 5 months until college basketball is back. So enjoy the process. Be grateful for being able to, hop in the chat, talk a bunch of shit, watch a bunch of basketball games, make some money, hopefully. So yeah, I'm ready for another week. Rinse, wash, repeat. Let's keep it rolling.
Amen. Couldn't say it better. That's what we'll be doing here. Yeah, Trevor, enjoy it now because conference previews will be loading here in August, your favorite thing in the world. So be ready for conference previews here, August 2026. I know that you're already looking forward to that.
Arguably, that's like the most busiest month I have because got all these conferences and everything to read into on top of baseball and everything. So it's by far the most hectic time of the year for me. So I may not look like I enjoy the conference previews on the show, but I promise you we do because it does factor in the year and all the knowledge helps. So, that's my super grumpy month, but we get through it and we move on. Next week, it's the super grumpy month, but tomorrow we're going to start getting back. I don't know if I'm going to bet tomorrow. I think I'm just going to mock bet, track how everything goes because it's not been pretty for the last 2 weeks or so. So I'm going to get back on the horse this week, but we're going to see how tomorrow goes and hopefully start reading the board correctly again. But I'm ready to bounce back out of this shitty hole. So let's do it. Positive vibes and get it going this week.
Yeah, no grumpiness necessary when we're talking college basketball. It's absolutely great. Like I said, been a fire start to the year, and a roller coaster start to the year for me. But we're still in the green, back in the green, and a fire start just whole year overall. Love you guys in the chat. Appreciate you and all the knowledge that we share and all the chatterboxes in the chat. That you guys are the realists. We love when you guys hit up the chat. We want you talking in it and providing your insights and just shooting the shit. Make friends. Yeah. This is what it is. It's how let's make some friends. And if you guys are going to Vegas for March Madness, let me know. I will be there for 6.5 days. So we'll be going crazy. Yes, way too
6.5 days is crazy.
Way too long, I know, but got some things to do out there business-wise, parlay it with March Madness. So, yeah, we're going to get it done there and promote the Pump Fake Pod, try to get some spots out there and make sure if you're out there, hit me up on Twitter and the DMs and we'll figure it out. Have some good stuff, good banter out there and watching games together. So, all right, everyone. Peace and love. Thanks, everyone in the chat. You guys are the realists and appreciate everybody. Take care.
Toodles.
See you tomorrow.